All right, well, man. Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. Mel and Chris, man, about to give y'all a good hour and a half of content and topics. NFL, NBA, all that good stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. Coming down to the last 16 games of the NBA season, right before the playoffs. So we got to get into a lot of things, man. Kevin Durant injury, what that looks like for Phoenix. The Lakers are surging, and then they get D'Lo and LeBron back pretty soon. So we're gonna talk about that, and I want to start with the the game last night, man. The Warriors and and the Memphis Grizzlies, man. The Grizzlies smacked them, and there was a lot of stuff going on with that because there was a little Draymond and Dylan Brooks beef before the game, and I got sound bites for both of them. I'm gonna play what Draymond Green said. We'll react to it before we even get started, man. As y'all come in here, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to us on YouTube and share the feed as well. But let me get into what Draymond Green said about Dylan Brooks before the game with his big mouth, I guess. I don't know. Here we go.
This idiot said, I don't know what Draymond does out there. He said, I don't like Draymond at all. You don't know me. I just don't like Golden State. I quite frankly wouldn't like a team that beats me all the time either. I don't like anything to do with them. Quite frankly, you were a little kid in high school watching us win championships. Should be happy that you even witnessed that, or maybe college, but you get the point. You're a fan. Draymond talks a lot. You talk a lot now, so if you have 4 rings, sure you talk a lot more. For All-Stars, you probably talk a bit more. Defensive Player of the Year, you for damn sure would talk more. 2 Olympic gold medals, you definitely would be talking because that would mean you beat Team USA, and we all know how that goes. So gets away with a lot too. What exactly do I get away with? I have 15 texts, 1 less than your dumb ass. Okay, great. His game is cool. If you ever wondered why the Memphis Grizzlies is not ready to compete for a championship, look no further than this idiot right here. They're actually depending on this guy to help them win a championship. And he says his game is cool. Quite frankly, that just shows how little you know about basketball. And yet you running around talking about a dynasty? The dynasty starts after you, not with you. He plays with heart, knows the ins and outs of the defense. I want to be quite frank, I made the ins and outs of our defense. I guess that's why they like him over there. I'm trying to figure out why they like you in Memphis. Or do they like you in Memphis? That's a better question. I'm not sure your teammates like you, but I can tell you why they like me over there. When you contribute in the way that I have contributed to 4 championships, they tend to like you. So next time you speak up on me, you should do some fact checking. Next time you speak up on me, you should do some soul searching. Next time you speak up on me, I hope you're in a better situation than you in now.
All right, man. What's your thoughts, man?
I ain't gonna lie, Draymond cooked him.
Okay.
In that comeback, because Dylan had something to say first, and it was like, oh, and then Draymond came out with his, and I was like, okay. I mean, Draymond has a point. When you have what he has, you can talk a little bit more, and it's valued a little bit more. We listen to a guy with no All-Stars, no All-Pros, no hardware, no finals appearances, meaning no championships. But Draymond was a key contributor to 4 rings. He has a Defensive Player of the Year, and he's an integral cog in that system. So I feel like it was a good comeback, and it was a comeback with facts. It wasn't a comeback just saying anything. He actually had merit and facts behind it. So I got it 1-1.
Oh, well, I mean, me personally, I don't think nobody should be. I don't think no player should be going out there purposely giving people bulletin board material. I'm really not a big fan of Draymond Green being an active player, someone that's playing on a team that's a contender. someone that's playing on the team that's always in the limelight. I don't think it's a good combination for him to be on that team with the aspirations that they have, and also trying to be a full-time media member where he's going out there and actively talking about the teams and the players that he's competing against. Like that's tacky to me. Like seriously, imagine MJ if he hopped off a plane after a game and then jumped on the podcast and just started talking trash about Charles Barkley during the finals. Like Draymond Green is a player who last year got on his podcast and attacked a Boston former player who is a legend that's also in radio. So now I'm not even gonna respect elders. Now I'm not even gonna respect the people that was in the game before me who paved the way for me, and I'm not gonna respect my opponent either because they was playing Boston. Like who does that? Like this is the whole thing is dumb. So no, I don't think that he ethered them, or I don't think that he got the best of them. I don't think that he won round one or round two. I just think it's dumb. I just think what is he getting out of it? Because we know what it resulted in last night. It resulted in him, the Grizzlies getting the best of them and just smacking them. They came in real motivated, and I did a show right after game 1 and game 3 of the finals last year, and when Draymond Green was doing all this talking, and I said that Draymond Green continues to write checks that Steph Curry got to come and cash for him. Luckily, Steph Curry was able to do it against Boston last year, but he can't do it every time. Steph Curry is not the one talking this trash in the media. It's Draymond, right? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So how is it fair if me and you are teammates, but I'm the one doing all the heavy lifting on the court, but you're the one talking trash and getting everybody riled up? It's the same thing when Kevin Garnett told that story about J.R. Rider when he was talking trash to Michael Jordan and got Michael Jordan mad, and then he ended up dropping 40 on J.R. Rider, and Rider was like, "Look, stop talking to him. You don't have to guard him. I do." That's how I feel if I'm Steph Curry. That's how I feel. Stop talking, Draymond. You not. When we lose, it's not gonna fall on you. It's gonna fall on me and my legacy. Draymond's legacy is tied to Curry's, so basically he don't have a legacy. Curry got a legacy, and the guys that helped him build his legacy are Draymond and Clay and guys of that nature. Draymond don't have a legacy. He's a supplemental player. So I think it's trash, man. Him and Dylan Brooks are the same player. They're the same thing. It's just Draymond came in the league and hopped on the squad that had Steph Curry on it that was going up. That's all it is.
I don't know, man. I think it's actually good for basketball. We're finally getting back to some for everybody. I think we're getting back to the basketball where teams genuinely don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of actually getting rivalries back. Like everybody's not buddy. Everybody's not friends. You know what I'm saying? We finally got a good rivalry where the two teams genuinely don't like each other. And
we didn't lose that though.
Who loses it?
We didn't lose that. Like the NBA has always had that. So
who had the bad blood over like the last 10 years?
The last 10 years? What we at 23? Yeah. So from 2013 to 23?
Yeah. Like who really hated each other like Memphis and Golden State hate each other now?
Definitely LA Boston when the Boston Big Three was there and they was facing Kobe. Definitely that Boston Big Three when they had to take down LeBron and the Heat, or the LeBron and the Heat took them down. After that, definitely the Bulls when they had Joakim Noah going against Garnett. Pretty much everybody who was competing against Garnett, it felt like a rivalry. You know, so you had Joakim Noah and the Bulls hated Boston. You had Joakim Noah and the Bulls hated Cleveland when LeBron was there. You know what I mean? So we've had them. Now let's say more recent. I mean, you might have a point. More recently, we might not. I don't know. We ain't had no rivalry since then. That's what you're saying?
I don't think so, man. Like we have the rivalries, like Boston, Milwaukee, but everybody's cool. Or Boston and Philly, everybody's cool. Everybody daps up. Or Philly and Denver. Embiid was like, I love Jokic's game, blah 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 blah. there's no rivalries anymore, and that I have seen recently, and now that we get the Golden State and Memphis rivalry, we saw this stem from last year before the playoffs. It started in the regular season, and then we were so lucky to get that series in the playoffs. And as of right now, Golden State is kind of winning this rivalry. Now Memphis is kind of soaring back a little bit. They just got a almost 30-point win last night, even without their star player, who we don't know is
So
going to be
so
back. If he's going
so
to be
what
back
you're saying is Draymond is a front runner. That's what you're saying. Because if
for
Golden
the
State's
what?
winning, he's a front runner. He's one of those guys that can talk when he feel like they're on top. Right. So you saying
He's the
Draymond Green
bruiser.
because he's on, but because he got the ultimate big brother in Steph Curry. Hey man, I can talk as much trash as I want to. I know my big brother gonna be able to come back it up. I've seen people like that show up at the school. It's in high school as freshmen, and their big brother is a senior who's the captain of the football team, who he knows nobody want no smoke with, so he can talk as much trash as he want to, but ain't nobody gonna smack him because they don't want to deal with the big brother. That you telling me that's what Draymond Green is doing? He's saying I'm gonna talk trash because I got Steph, because I don't remember Draymond having beef with nobody that year that Steph broke his hand and was out, and Draymond Green was out there by himself. Clay was hurt.
Draymond got hurt too.
Got hurt, right? He elected to have surgery. Then he didn't get hurt. He was playing hurt, and then when he looked around, it was like, oh, no KD, no Steph, no Clay. Let me go ahead and get this surgery. Players do this. It's the same thing Kyrie kind of did when he showed up to Brooklyn and KD was out for that year, and he tried to give it a go, and he was like, nah, let me go ahead and get this shoulder surgery. But if he could have played through that, because he had been playing through it for a while. He had that shoulder issue for a minute.
I mean, if you want to put it that way, then sure, he's got the big brother. But we've seen it when Draymond still handles his own dirt too.
How?
He's gotten into altercations with people who he talks shit about.
Okay, you mean little entanglements, little toss ups, and little tank when you tangle your arm up.
He's gotten into fights.
On the court?
Well, maybe not. Maybe yeah.
Speaking of that, this is what Dylan Brooks said after they smacked the Warriors after the game.
Did you actually listen to the 2 minutes or whatever?
Yeah, my teammates showed me. I don't really watch those things. You know what I mean? Yeah, they showed me, and then I watched the whole thing. It was some funny stuff. Not a championship player. I feel like my stuff that I said was facts, and we'll see at the end of the year what they do with him. Does
it piss you off? Does it?
No, because I know I'm a better player than him. I could do the same stuff like he does. That's easy. That's just showing up to work. Me, I try to score. I try to figure out plays. I try to call out plays for my team. So it's the fact that he was trying to pin my teammates against me. That's a low blow. So that's what type of player he is.
And you're secure, obviously, that your teammates. You guys ride together.
Yeah, 100%. These are my guys. We grew it all together. I ain't out there, getting physical altercations with my teammates. I sit there and talk to them, try to, not break them down, but build them up.
He said, I'm not the one out there trying to get in physical altercations with my teammates, but Draymond Green is the guy that's telling him and questioning him, do your teammates even like you? Like, why would you even say that, right? Why? So he said it was a low blow, but I think it's kind of real contradictory for Draymond Green to say, do your teammates like you, even knowing that's probably what's going on with the Warriors and their chemistry right now. I don't think the Warriors players, especially not the young ones and the newcomers, I don't think they really like Draymond Green too much.
No.
What you say to that?
The altercation in training camp was a chemistry breaker for sure. And we can speculate about why that happened. We all feel like it was the money aspect of it.
Jealousy.
But yeah, like Draymond been wanting a long-term contract. Jordan Poole got one. and just kind of stem from that. But I don't know, because like it's so weird that they're so good at home, but they're so bad on the road. And
Well,
I don't know if the chemistry, like, what about the chemistry makes that, like, if y'all can be good at home, why can't you be good on the road?
I mean, you probably got to look into that, man. You probably got to look at the teams that they've been playing at home, and I just think they're not good anywhere. I just think they're not a good team based on their chemistry. They're just not good anymore because the chemistry is jacked up, and they're in a spot right now where they got players that are younger than the core three, Draymond, Clay, and Steph. But out of that core three, Steph is the only one that's better than the young guys, right? So now you at a standstill. Like, I gotta pay these young guys to keep them.
Still
However,
that guy.
Poole's better than Clay. Poole's better than Clay.
I would say give it one more year before that.
Poole is better than Clay. Wiggins is better than Draymond, and Wiseman, if he would have stayed. Yeah, Wiggins handling family matters right now, so he's away from the team.
Man.
He got something going on.
I haven't heard anything from Wiggins this year at all.
Yeah, so they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, right? The cake the cake is the core group, Draymond, Steph, and Clay, but them eating it is them trying to keep the young guys as well. And the same thing that happened with Boston when Kyrie was there. You show up, you got Kyrie, you got Gordon Hayward, both coming off All-Star years, and you bring them to Boston, and then you draft Jason Tatum the same year, and you had drafted Jaylen Brown the year before. No one knew Jaylen Brown was going to get good as fast as he did. No one knew Jason Tatum was going to get as good as fast as he did. No one knew that Gordon Hayward was going to get hurt for the season, the first game. No one knew that Kyrie Irving was going to get hurt right before the All-Star break. So what you end up having is we're bringing two guys over here to be our franchise, Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving. Then they both get hurt, and then the young guys, Tatum, Brown, Marcus Smart, Terry Rozier, rose to the occasion like never before in the absence, right? And then when Hayward and Kyrie came back the next season, how do you tell those guys that rose here that now we're going to put you down back here and put Gordon Hayward here? So that whole rift between what was going on in Boston had nothing to do with Kyrie. It had everything to do with Gordon Hayward, Tatum, Brown, Rozier, and Smart. You had five guys all battling to be number two behind Kyrie. And that's what you got in Golden State. You got about six guys battling to be Steph's supporting cast at number 2 and 3. Is his number 2 going to be Poole, Wiggins, or is it going to be Poole and Wiseman, or is it going to be Wiggins and Wiseman? Who is it going to be? And Draymond and Clay.
Wiseman gone.
Well, Wiseman gone. They had to get rid of him. They had to.
I like the faith in Looney better though.
But for the offense that they want to run around Steph Curry, your bigs need to act more like Draymond and Looney where they're not looking for the shot. Wiseman is a much better player than that. It's like putting sheep's clothing on the wolf, man. He had to downgrade himself as a player and in mentality, but way below his talent level.
I don't think
it's real hard to do.
Any good though.
He playing pretty good out there. He done had a couple of 24, 25 point games. Dennis said he disagreed. He said Clay is still better than JP.
Yeah, that's what I said. I gotta see more from Jordan Poole because Clay is still that guy.
What you're saying is when Clay is hot and not missing, you like him more than you like JP. He's not better than JP if you really look at it. Defensively, he was, but he's not anymore. Clay's not. He's not a stopper defensively anymore. Offensively, he's catch and shoot, a little bit of mid-range post, A little bit of that, right? That's what he is. You give him the ball, what he gonna do?
Score.
If you get Clay the ball,
Score.
how? Without a screen, how?
Shoot.
How?
Shoot, layup, mid range.
The create he don't have the creative. He don't have creation skills.
You don't really need him. I'm not saying that.
He don't need him in that offense.
I'm not saying he gonna get the ball and dribble to a spot and then score. Like, he's a catch and shoot guy.
He's a catch and shoot guy, and Poole is a catch and shoot guy plus a guy that can create his own shot and create shots for others. So you got shot creator, catching you. I can provide you everything Clay can provide you. Plus, I can provide you some of the stuff that Steph provides you. And I'm bigger than Steph, so I'm a little bit better defensively. He's not as good as Clay defensively, but he's better than Steph. Like he's a hybrid between Steph and Clay. He's not better than Steph, but he's definitely better than Clay. And the Warriors know it too. That's why they gave him their money.
Then why is he coming off the bench instead of starting?
Because they have that issue. We have a guy we paid 2 years ago in Clay, so he's making money too. And in attitude and what he done for us, he helped us get 4 rings. How do you put that back on the bench? How do you put that toothpaste back in the tube? Same thing that happened in Boston, right? Dang, man, we got Tatum and Brown and Rozier. I mean, we have to put them on the bench because of the veterans came back. Brown and Tatum was hands down better than Gordon Hayward. Everyone knew it. But they threw Gordon Hayward right back in that starting lineup as soon as he came back off that leg injury, knowing that Tatum and Brown took them to the Eastern Conference Final. Why would you put Brown back on the bench for daggone Gordon Hayward on one leg?
Yeah.
So as a vet, you get that priority. Just like on the ship, if I show up to your berth and you got that middle rack, I'm putting you on that top. I'm getting that middle rack. You a daggone lie? You a daggone lie?
I'll be damn.
You getting on that to where you get on the bottom then. Where you get on the bottom. We ain't got to scrap. We ain't got to scrap.
We had to scrap about it.
Right, we ain't got to scrap. Bet take priority.
Middle racks and you want mine? Listen.
Oh yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, I want yours.
I want yours. To see me.
I ain't got to see nothing. You getting up out of there. Ain't even no conversation.
Nope.
Ain't no conversation. And I'm gonna cut your lock. You already know what it is.
I'm going straight to security with
it. But Mike, that's only in name alone. The Clay name holds more weight. Yeah, you're right. He's not better than JP. He's saying exactly what I'm saying. His name is there. What he did for the franchise. You just can't put a vet on the bench like that unless you're ready for him to go. Like that's hard to do. Look, the same thing happened. It happened in Boston twice. Doc Rivers wanted to put Ray Allen on the bench for Avery Bradley.
Ew.
Ray Allen was like, man, I'd rather leave.
To go play a bench role in Miami.
Yeah, got another ring. I guess that was the principle, man. You ain't about to put me to the bench for this Avery Bradley guy. He can't even shoot. Like, come on, man.
But I'll go to the bench for D Wade.
Would you go to the bench for D Wade?
Well, yeah. But not Avery Bradley.
Exactly.
Definitely not Avery Bradley.
All right.
But,
and if you Jaylen Brown, would you go to the bench? Would you go to the bench for Gordon Hayward? Would you go to the bench for Gordon Hayward?
Not after that ankle injury, no.
That was ankle, leg, shin, knee. It was more than an ankle injury.
It was ankle, but it might have been more after that. But the initial injury on opening day was the ankle. It was so bad. Like,
bro, it was more than ankle. No, he broke his leg too. He broke his leg.
Really?
Yeah, his leg was poking out. That wasn't just ankle.
It was nothing worse than PG.
PG was bad. I remember PG's. I seen that one. I was on ship watching. Where?
Remember Kevin Ware? Yup.
Kevin Ware. I seen that one. That was bad. Oh my god.
That one was bad, and it was crazy.
He was a good player too.
Yeah, he was, and it was crazy because the team, because he landed by his bench. The bench didn't even realize it until they looked, and the whole bench looked at the same time, and it was like, oh. And then I think it was on Fox. Fox just kept on showing it, like.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. And I never understood why they had went to the raised floor with the bench being a level below the floor.
I think it was because they was playing in football stadiums too.
It could have
I
been.
think that's the reason why they did that.
Could have
They were
been,
playing
man.
some of the Final Four. They were playing some of the Final Fours in football because they played one in Ford Field in Detroit. I remember that one vividly because Michigan State went. It was against North Carolina and they lost.
Yeah. Dino said
But
Clay
I
can
say
still
I say
score off the
give.
dribble.
He can. I mean, we've seen it. It's not like no 10, 12 dribbles like Steph. But I mean, as of right now, I think Clay is still better than Jordan Poole, and that's why I said give Jordan Poole one more year. I need to
Yeah.
see this consistently. You know what I'm saying? He kind of took a down tick after last season. This season, he kind of took a down tick.
Okay, so
So
if you think Clay is better, but you had to make a decision on which one you keeping, which one is gonna be?
Well, of course, I'm gonna take the young guy. I'm
All right.
thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I'm not. But that's in the future. That's in a couple
So
years.
so who should be
I
on?
still
So
got Clay
when
right now.
right, so when you looking at the squad now and you saying it's not working, something is wrong, something is off, the chemistry is bad. What do? You have to make a decision. You have to know that the tension is messing up your locker room and is leading to the floor. And what's going on is the Draymond thing with Poole that split the locker room, and then the fact that these young guys probably think they better than the old guys. You gotta fix that somehow.
I'm gonna fix it by killing the tension creator in the first place. Draymond had to go. Draymond
So
wouldn't
you
have
would
suited up for the. Yes.
at the trade deadline.
Yes.
Oh, before that.
Listen, he wouldn't have wore a Warriors jersey this season.
What up, Heartless?
He
Yeah,
wouldn't have
I
suited
kinda
up as
said
a
the same
Warrior at
thing.
all this season. And I was kind of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because there were already talks about Draymond being upset because they gave Andrew the money, which he deserved. They gave Poole the money, which he deserved. And he was still like holding out on Draymond. Draymond wanted a max. You're not going to get a max. Everybody could have told him you're not going to get a max because you're not the lead guy. You're not even the 2 guy. And last year you weren't even the 3 or the 4. It was Steph, Jordan Poole. No, it was Steph, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and Clay. That was the order of how they won that championship, of who was producing last year. Draymond might have been the 6th guy. I put him behind Looney because Looney was balling out of his mind last season, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You couldn't score. You were missing all your field goals. You wasn't hitting free throws. All you was doing was rebounding. You didn't even get all the assists that you used to. What makes you think you were going to get a max? If I'm the GM, if I'm the GM or the owner, I'm looking at that like, okay, you're declining. Why would I give you a max for declining? I'm not going to reward a lackluster performance the entire season before. Yes, we got a ring, but that's because there were 5 guys above you who outperformed you.
That's true.
Who did better at sustaining the team. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I did not have Golden State winning it last year. I thought they would make it a deep run into the playoffs, but looking at everybody who they went against, a rising Memphis, Denver, and who else? Dallas. I did not see them making it to the finals, especially when they got there. I was like,
not them 3 teams you just named. Them 3 teams right there. If you told me them the 3 teams they had to play to get to the finals, I knew it 100% they was gonna get there. I have come on, man. A Luka team there's Luka by himself and everybody else standing. That wasn't gonna work against Golden State, right? A Memphis squad. I told everybody before the season even started. I said, nah, man, they young, they up and coming, but hey, man, they go crap the bed in the playoffs. I know it. I knew that was rap. Same thing with Denver. Like, come on, man. They ain't none of those teams stand a chance. The only way Golden State was not going to make it to the finals is if they played a healthy Clippers team. Or they played was it Clippers? Nah, they weren't gonna be the Clippers. Healthy Clippers, a healthy Clippers team with a sense of career, or a healthy Phoenix team. Phoenix or the Clippers, those are the only teams that was gonna get them up out of there.
But yeah, I bet on Golden State in the finals because you don't bet against a sure thing. But I was like, I wouldn't be surprised. I couldn't call it. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston had won that series. But the way that Golden State won that series so convincingly, I can tell you exactly the reasons why they won that series. And I just did. I named them. It was 5 guys that were hooping out of their mind. And none of those 5 guys' name is Draymond Green.
Yeah, they was benching Draymond in the fourth quarter.
You come into next season, they was benching him for Kuminga. Kuminga did a better job than him.
Otto Porter
Gary
did a better
Payton
job
there. Otto Porter, Gary Payton Jr. was there going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he thought. I think he was thinking that he could get a max off the strength of the 3 championships before. You know what I'm saying? Where he was. That's
exactly what he was thinking. He was thinking because he is what part of the core that got them 4 rings. He's thinking because he's connected to Stephen Clay and he plays so well with Stephen Clay, and he's thinking that his defense alone would get him another max contract. And I will say that I loved his defense against Denver when they put him on Jokic. It was wonderful,
amazing. I think that was the series where he kind of found himself again too.
Yeah, but it ain't worth another max deal when you got to give max money to
not 150, 160 plus.
Exactly. No.
And I think going into training camp in this season today, he knew that he wasn't gonna get that money, and then it just kind of stung a little bit more. This young guy who's only played in the league, because he was G League originally. He only played in the league maybe like 2.5 seasons. Boom, 130 or 150 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot, and he was, and then to go and fight him, like. If I'm the owner, I know what that's about. If I'm the GM, I know what that's about. And at that point, I was like, you showed me exactly why you don't want to be here anymore. Because you don't want to trust the process that we see. We're building for the future, and you don't want to get with that. We'd have shipped them.
Yeah.
Either cut them or traded them.
Yeah.
But for a trade, what you going to get from
them? Nothing with that contract following him, but out of all the things you just said, then he still is a talker and still giving teams bulletin board material against them. It just don't make no sense, man. But let's go to the Lakers. Let's do this. So LeBron James goes down after he get his shot at history and break Kareem's record and stuff like that. His injuries start flaring up.
By the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, but yeah, LeBron James goes down. But before he goes down, they made some moves at the trade deadline. And if you actually look at it, man, having Beasley at the 2, who was a 3-and-D guy, he's also kind of a scorer, but he just don't play that role. He can put the ball in the hole and he can defend. Then you got D'Lo, who hasn't even played but 2 games, so he's coming back soon. Off that ankle injury, but you still got Schroeder playing at a high level. AD's healthy, he's playing at a high level. Uchimara, he's playing good. I love Reeves.
How'd you say
like
his
this Rui I don't know. Uchimara. Hachimura. Right. So
if I was in Japan, dog.
We were stationed in Japan. I used to can say his name. I guess he's a lost art. I usually can say his name, Achimar. But nah, the squad is playing good. The Lakers are playing good. I think they finally got in the 10th spot right now, or are they in the 8th already? They might be in the 8th.
I think they're in the 9th. I think they slid up.
No, yeah, Dallas in the 8th. Dallas is in the 8th spot. I think the Lakers are in the 10th spot right now. But the 8th is a possibility, and if the 8th is a possibility, if they get really hot, maybe they can get 7 or 6. Who knows? But anyway, my question is, man, do you believe in the Lakers if they are able to get in the playoffs, whether it's the play-in tournament or if they just make it as a 6 seed? Do you believe in them long term?
I would say that they're only as good as AD is healthy. Yeah, they're only as good as Anthony Davis is healthy. So far, he's staying in games. He's taking contact. He's getting beat up for it though. He had a bloody nose a couple nights ago. He took a shot. They had put a tampon
in his nose.
Yeah. I don't want to say that they'll make the play-in, but it's hard to look at the standings right now and say that they won't. But because right now they're 9th, New Orleans is under them at 10. Dallas is above them at 8, and Utah and OKC are just on the outside looking in. So depending on, and they said the Lakers got the second easiest schedule remaining.
Yeah.
It's real probable that they'll make the play-in now, but if the standings are to stay as they are right now, they would end up playing New Orleans at home in the play-in game.
They can beat them.
And they could beat them, but then that means they would have to play either Dallas or Minnesota in the next play-in game for the
They
eighth
can beat.
seed.
They can beat both of them too.
Minnesota, yeah. Dallas, I don't know. I think Kyrie and Luke are starting to figure it out over there, and I think they still got a decent bench rotation, and
And
I mean,
and
Christian
Dallas.
Wood ain't no slouch either.
And okay, so in Dallas, you rely on Christian Wood to be able to keep AD off the boards offensively.
I think he could.
And,
I think he could do it.
And out of the paint in the post.
I mean, I think if Christian Wood brings the physicality to AD, it's going to throw AD off his game. AD is used to people smaller than him, and he still gets hurt off of that. And you put a guy closer to his height range with more body, more physicality.
Those are the ones. Those are the mismatches to him though, because he wants to play. Yeah, or bigger, because he wants to play finesse ball. He wants to play finesse ball. Hold on. He wants to play finesse ball. So if he ever, that's why he always tears up Jokic. That's why he always embarrasses Porzingis when he faces him. Who else? I mean, the guys his size are better. That's his comfort zone. Where I seen him struggle at is when he plays the Clippers, and the Clippers game plan, they would throw Kawhi on him for like 5 plays in a row. Then they'll throw PG 13 on him, 5 plays in a row. Right? They'll switch between PG, Kawhi, and then sometimes they'll put a big guy on him. Those are the ones he struggled with because he don't want to bang and use his size advantage to score on those guys. He want to use his finesse most of the time, and he can't finesse a guy that's smaller and quicker than him. So Woods is chopped liver. Next,
I don't think.
Who next? Who next? What was the other squad you said?
I said they
New
could get
Orleans.
Minnesota. I said they could get Minnesota, and yeah, they probably
and New Orleans. New Orleans. Okay, Zion not playing. We already know that Zion not playing.
Yeah.
Next,
I don't think BI and CJ can do that. But I mean, that's also if LeBron is back too. If LeBron is not back, I think it's an easier day for New Orleans.
Maybe, but maybe not, because when LeBron comes back, the offense changes, and they're not playing through AD anymore, and that's been a bad thing for the Lakers. The reason why they're surging now is because LeBron is out.
Do you think LeBron comes in and messes that up, or do you think he sees it and is like, okay, so we're winning this way, I have to adapt to this way?
I don't have a good history of LeBron doing it. I mean, like there's no history that we can pull to and say, yeah, this is LeBron finally saying you're the guy. Like when has he done that? Because even if he does do that, in the offense is centered around AD and what they're playing in the post. Now the lane's not open for LeBron. He's playing a different game, right? So when the offense is not running through LeBron, it's going to look more like LeBron is disinterested and he's just running the point or something like that. Same way it looks when the offense not running through Luka, or the same way it looked when the offense wasn't running through LeBron his first year in Miami, and the Dallas Mavericks clapped him, and he was averaging 12 points a game in the finals. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's just disinterested. It has to be centered around him.
If it ends up being that way, and you take AD out, he gets half the touches that he gets now. I think it ends up being a short trip to the playoffs. I don't even think they make it.
I think they get to the second round. I think they get to the second round.
Okay, so let's see this here. Because if they go in at 8, right? We'll just say that. If they go in at 8, they'll end up matching up against Denver.
Oh, they can beat Denver
right now.
They can beat Denver.
You think these Lakers,
Oh yeah.
with or without LeBron, can beat Denver? First
Yes.
off, I'm gonna tell you the league is not gonna let that happen. Second off, Jokic is going to baby Anthony Davis. And I hate
No,
to say it
man.
because- I hate to
Please
say it.
pull up the
I hate to
matchup.
say
Please
it.
pull up the matchups for the last 2 years. Pull up the matchups between AD and Jokic. It's not pretty. You ever seen a Pitbull fight a Chihuahua? It's not pretty. Spaz said the Lakers looking good, but this might not be the year. This is next year. As far if you're saying this might not be the year to win it all, then we haven't. I mean, you can scratch next year out as well.
You can scratch the next 5 because the Lakers have no future.
Yeah.
They have no draft picks. If you
but
banking on this team, and LeBron is not going to be there next year. If he is, he's not going to be there the year after that. So, have you seen LeBron play with that team?
LeBron get his numbers, man, but the Lakers look like hot garbage when LeBron out there.
Jokic
it's just one offense that you can run when LeBron is featured.
Jokic averages close to 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 5.5 assists in 20 career games against Anthony Davis.
19 points and 10 rebounds. That's trash.
I wish I could see AD stats.
I would. Those are Scottie Pippen numbers. I wish a number one would come to me.
Numbers?
Yeah, them Scottie Pippen numbers. 19 and 12. You said 19 and 10, 19 and 12?
19 and 10.
19. That's Scottie Pippen numbers, man. Those are Vin Baker numbers.
Anthony Davis averages almost 26 points,
Mm-hmm.
9 rebounds, and 2.5 assists in 20 career games.
Mm-hmm. And he got a couple of 40s in there against him too. Embiid, Anthony Davis, any yeah, it's embarrassing. Any big man that plays against Jokic embarrasses him. But when he play against somebody like daggone, I don't know.
It was a good game against Embiid.
No, Embiid clapped him, man. It was not no good game.
Oh, he did, but I mean,
game was embarrassing.
Jokic still put up some numbers.
Oh my god, man, numbers.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you right now. The league is not gonna allow these under 500, who probably gonna be under 500 or at 500 when the season's over. They're not gonna allow them to beat the number 1 seed. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's not that easy though. No, because in order for referee help to really help you, it's a lot of things that have to. You just can't go out there and call a game a certain way and force an outcome. You can call a game a certain way, and it favors a certain team, but when your star player just can't outplay the opposition, and Jokic is not going to be able to do it, and it's a lot of players that are good that just don't have it in them. Jokic is one of them. Harden is another one. Like, you know, something's going to happen.
The thing you're forgetting is that he didn't have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. last year. Now
he had DeMarcus Cousins. He had DeMarcus Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah. He had Aaron Gordon.
A viable 2 option.
He had
that's a viable 2 option.
Why not?
Mel.
Who was he facing? All right. He faced the Warriors. We can't count Clay as Steph's viable 2 option.
It was Andrew Wiggins last year.
It was Andrew Wiggins. Okay.
Andrew Wiggins was the 2 last year.
Okay.
A viable 2. I think he was averaging
and so is DeMarcus Cousins and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's
absolutely not. Not DeMarcus Cousins. You might be able to make a case for Aaron Gordon, but DeMarcus Cousins had like 1 breakout game in the playoffs last year, and then he got cut against everybody else.
That's because he was backing up Jokic, and Jokic is rarely going to the bench. You can't play them together. He was backing him up. That's the worst position to be in for an all-star level center, to back up somebody like Jokic who barely come out of the game.
DeMarcus
or
Cousins hasn't
backing
been
up
an all-star
Embiid.
level center since New Orleans.
Yeah, but he's still an all-star level center. He just haven't been close to making an all-star because of his opportunities. He went to the Warriors. He went to the Warriors and couldn't even get on the court because of injury. Then they let him go.
That was the year they lost too, because that was a walk-on ring for him.
Yeah, well, yeah, it should have been. It should have been.
But that was the year they ran into LeBron and Kyrie. No, I'm sorry. That was the year that KD got hurt.
Yeah, KD got hurt. Yeah, they lost to Toronto.
KD didn't get hurt. Yeah, if KD didn't get hurt,
it would have been light work. It would have been light work, man. Kawhi, yeah, it would have been light work.
Kawhi, boy.
Kawhi owed KD half of his paycheck.
Man, what? Because Clay went down first, right? And then
KD didn't Clay.
Out. No, because KD got hurt in the earlier round. And then because Clay got hurt, they wanted to bring KD back. And they brought KD back, and
they wanted to bring KD too. They wanted to bring KD back because they was down 1-0. Or was they down 2-0?
And they just lost Clay. It was 2-1. It was 2-1, and then they lost Clay. And it was like, all right, KD, man, Steph can't do it out there by himself. So they brought him back. Tore that Achilles, man. But he was giving Kawhi buckets. He was like 4 for 5 before he got hurt.
Yeah, it was. I wonder, is this a call in or is this
No. Hold on. I mean, it still sounded good though. You know what I'm saying? He said he needed you, and you're the guy for the position, man. Go get it.
Oh
man.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't sweating it. We in there.
I don't even think they can make the second round though. To reply to Spav, I don't even think they make the second round. Listen, they got the play-in at best. First round cooked, and that's either if they get to the 7 or the 8. Well, they'll probably only get the 8th because they're in 9th right now. So, but Denver or Sacramento, and they're not beating Sacramento. I refuse to believe that they beat Sacramento. Sacramento is too well put together, too much chemistry. I like what they got going on in Sacramento, and they just took the 2 spot over Memphis. Especially with no Ja Morant, I think they got the 2nd spot all the way to the end.
Yeah, Sacramento is gonna be. So it's gonna be Denver 1 and 2, Denver and Sacramento 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
That third and 4th spot.
So right now, the 3rd and 4th spot is occupied by Memphis and Phoenix, 3 and 4. So Memphis is 3rd, Phoenix is 4th, and Phoenix is just 3.5 games out of 3rd place.
Dang, man. I thought Phoenix. If KD didn't go down, did it look like they could catch that number 2 spot?
If KD doesn't go down, absolutely.
If he didn't go down, they would have caught it.
Yeah, absolutely. They were hooping very well. I mean, there was still the deficiency on the bench, but the stars made up for that, right? Booker was averaging 35 with KD in the lineup. KD was averaging 27. You know what I'm saying? They more than made that. I mean, I think they said that was like the first time in a while, if not in all of history, that 2 teammates combined for averaging 67 points together in their first 3 games. Like, they were hooping. Then KD goes down, and I don't know who they played yesterday, but they still smacked them. It was like 130. It was OKC. It was Oklahoma City. They beat them 130 to like 102.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, it was Oklahoma City, right? We don't know how that translates. Yeah, we don't know how that translates to like a Clippers team with Kawhi and PG, or a Memphis team with Ja Morant, right? You know what I'm saying? But
I ain't thinking about Memphis. They need KD against the Clippers.
On his last stretch.
I'm not sleeping on the Clippers, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that game against OKC is not like a caliber enough game against a Clippers without KD. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't seen that yet. As a matter of fact, the Suns play the Kings next. They're gonna need that. They're gonna need that if they
Is that the night or the morning?
That is Saturday, tomorrow.
Saturday
at 6:00. Yeah, they're gonna need to win that game to kind of because Sacramento is 3.5 games up on them as well.
Spaz said he think LA can beat Memphis without Morant.
And without LeBron?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, AD is a problem, bro. If he's healthy, AD is a problem, man.
If he's
And
healthy.
they got pieces around him. Look, I'm telling you, watching the Lakers play without LeBron, the offense is a good offense. I'm telling you, LeBron is just he's what Michael Jordan was with the Wizards, man. Like you have he's MJ, so you have to run the offense through him, but it's not a good idea to run the offense through him at this point. Like with MJ was a little bit different because they just didn't have a lot of talent. So I mean, you kind of had to run, but running your offense through the oldest guy on the team is never a good idea. It's never a good idea, man. Like seriously.
I mean, this wasn't a good idea 4 years ago.
Can you imagine if when Magic showed up, the Lakers said, well, actually they actually did it when Magic showed up, and he wanted to run, but they had a coach that wanted to slow everything down, right? Because I think they won his rookie year, and then they slowed everything down the second year, and they didn't, they got put out of the playoffs or something like that, right? And then that's when Magic wanted the coach fired, and they hired Pat Riley, and they went Showtime Lakers again, and they started winning again, right? So I don't know for 100% sure why they wanted to slow it down, but maybe it was because Kareem was old and probably couldn't run like that no more, and they wanted to slow down and run through the post. But why cater to the oldest guy on your team? That's not good. Yeah. That slows down or lowers the ceiling for your squad if you're catering to the oldest guy on your team. And that's what they're doing with LeBron. They're catering the offense to the oldest guy on the squad, which is not good.
Yeah, not good at all. But
it looks good with AD.
It does. And all the people that are Lakers fans that are friends of mine, I hate talking good about the Lakers, but they will make the play-in. They will make the play-in. They would, and they'll probably win their play-in. They'll probably make it to the playoffs, but they are not. No matter if they play Denver, Sacramento, or Memphis, or if Phoenix ends up getting up to the top three, they're not beating any of those teams in the first round. I can guarantee you they're not.
All right.
Maybe if somehow they ended up playing Dallas in the first round or the Clippers in the first round. Maybe not even the Clippers. I don't know. I just don't see them. That top five, I don't see them beating any of them in the first round series.
Spav said he just don't see LeBron coming and messing it up, man. Like Spav, you must ain't watched the whole season, man. Like he's been messing it up the whole season.
If LeBron were to come in, right, and somehow excuse me, if LeBron were to come in and mess this up, they wouldn't even blame LeBron. They would blame everybody around him. They would blame Anthony Davis. They would blame the fact that there's a lack of chemistry because they got all these guys at the deadline. They would do absolutely everything in their power to not point fingers at, well, LeBron came in and averaged this, that, and that. So it couldn't have been his fault.
And NBA players
that he just jumped in and messed up the chemistry that they had already built without him. No, they'll never blame LeBron.
And superstars are real good at that. They're real good at knowing if they lose, they won't get heat if they get their numbers. And LeBron is real good at getting his numbers, and it's always going to be, well, it ain't on me. I had 38 and 8.
Yup.
It ain't on me.
As long as he puts up good numbers, it'll never be LeBron's fault.
Ever since that he bought into the system in Miami and they got beat by Dallas, and he averaged less points than Jason Terry, getting clowned for that, he was like, I'd never be the reason again. I'm gonna make sure I get my numbers. So what's gonna happen is LeBron's gonna join that squad, and he's gonna go and get his 25 to 28 points, and the team's gonna start losing again. I'm telling you.
I mean, they're gonna have a whole bunch of touches go through LeBron, and then it's gonna be like Luka ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gotta find a shot to dish it out.
Yeah, he said Spaz said he was forcing shots to get the scoring title, but now it's gonna be a little different. But you still got two other problems. That was only one of the problems. He wanted the scoring title. The other problem was the offense was catering to him and not AD, right? So now AD can't give you what he can give you, right? And then LeBron's 105 years old, man. Like seriously, man. Like come on, man. He where he's at right now is probably where he need to be at for the rest of his career, which is at the crib. Like he probably should retire after this season.
Oh, we know that's not gonna happen. We know that's not gonna happen. Bronny comes out in 2020, the end of 2024.
I've been paying attention to how they hyping Bronny up as of late, and
made him a 5-star.
Right, and I honestly think that is a strategic move because I think he's going to enter the NBA draft. I don't think he's going to school.
Out of high school?
Well, they got to go to the G League first, right? You got to go to the G League. You can't come straight to the pros, but you can go to the G League.
1 year or something.
Right. I think that's what he's gonna do.
Sign with the Lakers.
I don't know how they go do it, but it's just weird that they got this push to make him on paper be one of the greatest ones. Almost like they're trying to justify what's coming up next. You know what I mean? So whenever one of these teams give him a spot and they be like, man, how the heck you get that? And be like, look, man, he's a 5-star, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all like that. But I don't think he's going to college. He good. I like him. He's smooth. He can shoot. Good athlete.
He shoot better than his daddy for sure.
Yeah. I like Bronny.
I ain't gonna lie. I think he might go to Ohio State. It might just be 1 year, but I think he might go to Ohio State.
He ain't going to school, bro. He not going to school.
I think he will. I think because it'll make his legacy start different than his dad's, and he'll already be different than his father. You know what I'm saying? He already. The reason why they call him Bronny is because he didn't want to be called LeBron James Jr. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to write his own way. Obviously, you're gonna have some help, whether you want it or not, because your dad is LeBron James. But I could definitely see him pulling the school move, building his stock a little bit more. Try to be a first-round pick or a first overall pick, lottery pick at worst. But he might go to college. He only do that 1 year, but he might go to. I think he'll go to Ohio State.
We'll see, man. I don't
Definitely. Because he should say something this summer. This was his last year. This was his last year at Sierra Canyon.
Yeah. This man said he said LeBron got that juice. Hey, out of respect for a black man, I ain't even gonna touch that one. Other people have touched it. Yeah, other people have touched it. You know it. Go ahead. Did you see the interview?
What interview? LeBron?
Oh, so you didn't see it? Some UFC guy, I think, that kind of he don't work for ESPN, but he'll do a lot of appearances on ESPN. But he was getting interviewed on Andrew Schultz's podcast, and he said to him and LeBron, he said he know exactly what LeBron is taking. They got the same doctor.
I mean, if he would he be hurt as much? I was like, he's not.
That's a good point.
On the court.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't know. If he was juicing, then we probably.
I think that's a little
right now.
But me, man, why would an athlete go on somebody's platform and try to put somebody out like that, man? Especially somebody of LeBron's stature. Like, I mean, I think that's trash, man.
It's cheesy. It's cheesy as hell.
I think it's dumb. I think that's why I'm like, man, I ain't even point me even touched it. I know it's clickbait for a lot of other people, man, but
like I said, I don't think he even on it. I don't think as much as I don't like LeBron, the way he was dominant. I mean, obviously before he got to the Lakers because he's been hurt a lot, but for the longevity, like 15, 16 years, and you only got hurt maybe like one time, but it wasn't for no extended period of time.
Right.
And as hard as he plays basketball and as hard as he is on his joints and everything like that, to still be that healthy. I mean, he said he did put a lot of money into his body every year, so
A lot of
besides your
money.
longevity, I guess.
He said a
No,
lot
he
of
did.
money. I mean, but that's just cliche, man. Like people hear that and they run with it. That don't mean nothing. Every athlete that plays well, not every, but everybody that's on LeBron's level puts a lot of either money or effort. And I don't want to hear I put a lot of money in my body. Like it's more to put good food in your body and put the work in for your body to do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
Right.
but
You
I
know,
mean,
no,
like,
no one ever talked about Kobe putting a lot of money in his body. Right. But we know he took care of himself. Nobody talked about Ray Allen, who was probably in even better shape. Even now, Ray Allen is in better shape than people because he cycles, he bikes every single day. Right. You ever seen Ray Allen's abs? That dude has no body fat.
no,
all the way
I
up to
have
the time he
not
retired.
Another man's abs.
Hey, look, I'm at you. If you're an athlete, you've been in locker rooms. But anyway, that when they won the championship, they had a lot of footage of them in the locker rooms when he was in Boston.
No, Ray Allen definitely has always been a lean guy.
Yeah, but you never hear nobody say, "Oh man, it's just amazing. He put so much money in his body." That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Why people keep repeating it? He put a lot of money in his body.
I think it's just for the fact like LeBron, he pays for the personal chef that makes the meals that are good.
Everybody does. All the greats does that.
But then there's
all
also
the greats does that.
I think he does cryotherapy, like all types of other stuff. So yeah, I mean, he said
okay, so he's a Kardashian. He put money in his body. He got a BBL. Okay, cool. Like that's not impressive, man.
I think he spends a lot of money on his body. I think that's what he said. Not in, on.
Join the club. But that's my thing is it's not impressive because everybody does that.
I never said it was impressive. I just said it's something that he said because he actually said this before. He's like I put like $1 million a year on my body.
Right. And I'm not telling you it's not impressive. What I'm saying is the people who made that narrative and made it impressive, I'm telling them it's not impressive.
Oh,
because I keep hearing it.
Everything LeBron does.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
They come up with so many stats that LeBron is the first player in NBA history to dribble with the left hand by being right-handed and took a shot and made it in the first 3 seconds of the game. Like
he said Google what you can buy for 1.3 for your health, and you won't even reach 500K. That's a good point. Like, yeah, I put 1.3 in my money a year.
LeBron does lie a lot, so
yeah, he does.
We've seen the memes of him. Like, call. You see the
go ahead. Go ahead, call. I just know if I see that error code again, I know it's they asking for my resume.
Yeah, go ahead and mute yourself next time.
Man, I thought,
hold
on. I thought I muted myself. I had turned everything off. It didn't work though.
Loud and clear. Heard him, heard you.
Golly, I'm trying to. Hey, can you hear that? You was like,
I said,
I'm like, come on, man. No, you did. Come on, man.
Yes,
I gotta go in there and edit it out now. Yeah, Spag, go ahead.
Yeah.
then you over there just getting your ears full, baby. He said he heard everything.
Oh man,
y'all hope, man. Y'all trash for that, man. Ain't nobody close their ears or nothing. Like, God, y'all just listen to the whole joint, man.
Oh man,
I gotta get another phone.
I told you, man, at least it sounded good, man. At least it sounded good. It wasn't like, yeah, we don't want you. You're not qualified for the job. No, it was a good soundbite about you. So it was good. It was.
Hey, truth be told, never mind. I'll tell you off air. Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, what's next, man?
Well, I mean, we was gonna talk about KD's injuries, man. We can stay on it real short and brief, man. I think I think it ruins their chances because I think they needed these last 16 games to build whatever chemistry that they could as much as possible, and it's just a big setback. But the bright part about it is that everybody has a setback because they got it. The Lakers once LeBron comes back, they got to implement him with the new guys. When you look at Dallas, Kyrie and Luka still trying to build their chemistry. When you look at New Orleans, if they get Zion back, they got to implement him back in. I think BI is like in and out of the lineup still too. So, and then Clippers haven't hit their stride either. Yeah, and Clippers haven't hit their stride either, and they got new pieces. So I think the only teams is really clicking, and has been playing with a full deck of cards, for most of the season. It might be Denver, Sacramento, and I forgot to mention Memphis. They got to implement Ja back in, and this is all teams that on the West. Well, you might be right.
I think
so. It's possible. It's possible.
Although no charges are getting pressed, he's still facing punishment from the league, which is for what he did is like a minimum 50-game suspension.
Yeah, but at least Denver said that they didn't find any. If the Denver investigation came back and said that they didn't find any criminal activity that they wanted to press charges for, then that should be good. I don't think the NBA should find anything either, except maybe. Well, you might be right if he bought it on the plane, but that's easy. That's easy. But that's easy. All he got to do is say that's not my gun. You can't see no serial number from the picture or from the video.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's not my gun. Look, listen. The NBA wants this to go away too. They've been covering up stuff for Ja all year. Right? Some of the stuff that we know.
Big. This is too big.
It's not too big. We don't know if the NBA come out and say right now, we did an investigation and it wasn't Ja's gun, it was a friend's gun that he was holding. Then that exes everything out. Well, he didn't bring it on the plane, or he didn't bring it in the arena. It wasn't his gun. That are we gonna do our own investigation and see if that was actually his gun? No. The public got to eat whatever the NBA feeds us. All they needed is for the criminal investigation from Denver to come back clean, so they can go ahead and do their cover up.
That's bull crap, and you know it.
Well, how is it bull crap though? You don't believe that that's what's gonna happen?
It probably is. Ja probably get one of his homies to take the rap for it, and then it'll be over. But even still, like
easy day.
I want the 50-game suspension.
Why?
Because, and then did Nike release a statement? You seen that?
No, what they say? Oh, we support
Nike
him?
said, yeah, we appreciate Ja's immediate accountability. He understands that, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. They did Kyrie so dirty for something way less than brandishing a gun on live in another city other than your own, and the possibility of have brought in that gun or have bringing that gun on a team plane, which is against NBA protocol. Like,
yeah, you talking like, yeah, but you talking like Nike and the NBA are like some standing on some high moral ground. Like their only is moral is what they can't cover up. Whatever they can cover up, they will. Now they trying to run a business, they trying to make money. You know, it is what it is, right? So they'll cover up what they need to cover up. Well, they don't. Well, Kyrie is going against their business model, though. Remember, Kyrie is the guy who said, "Let's not go into the bubble. Let's start our own league." That's number one. That made him a target. Then he came out and said, "I know y'all want to, make sure everybody vaccinated, but guess what? I'm not getting vaccinated, and I don't think y'all should be forcing people to get vaccinated." That's number two. So whatever the business is doing, Kyrie was doing the opposite. He made himself an enemy of the NBA. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they don't have a problem with taxing him, but with Ja, he's someone that they feel like, hey, look, man, we got more control over this kid. So yeah, they'll cover Ja before they cover up Kyrie. And yeah, that's what's gonna happen, Spav. They go come back and say that wasn't his gun, because if they say it was his gun, then it also means that he flew on a NBA plane or team plane with a freaking firearm. and that's a no. So yeah, that's what I expect to happen. Once I heard that Denver's investigation came back clean, I know the NBA's investigation go come back clean as well, and Ja be back in about 4 games, and ready for a playoff run. He might have his locks cut though.
4 games.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be back before the playoffs.
Oh yeah, he definitely will. Why not?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
He definitely
will. Don't think that. Even still though, Memphis has got a uphill battle. Oh, that was definitely not happening, Spav. That was definitely not happening.
The NBA didn't put this out outside the house. Ja did when he went live. It was on Instagram Live. Holding the gun like
done nothing about it.
Yeah, he was holding the gun like it was a stranger's pair of wet panties that he barely he didn't want to touch. He was holding them like, come on, man.
What you call it last week? That little Saturday night special.
Little Saturday night special, man. Famous Los called it that. What was that little gun that they gave Will Smith on Independence Day?
The little cricket.
The cricket, yeah. He called it the
noisy cricket. The noisy cricket. The noisy cricket.
Ja had that noisy cricket, man. Man, that's funny, man. Yeah, I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him either, man. But he do need to learn a lesson though. I don't like this is what I don't like is that Kyrie Irving is a clean cut, good image, family dynamic is intact. You know, him and his daddy's real close. He don't have daddy issue, mommy issue. His dad is not out there trying to be a superstar. You get what I'm saying? The image is just what you would want someone to follow. Then he's a loving husband. His mind is in the right place. He gives to so many different charities and so many different causes. He's God fearing. He's on a religious quest. Like all this stuff is like what we want men and young men and boys to be doing. So you got that guy, and the only issue is he don't beat to the same drum as the NBA, and his thought processes takes him beyond that. Should we be getting this shot? No, I'm not getting it. Or should media be talking about us this way? You get what I'm saying? Like his mind is there. Well, we got Ja. he's a role model to a certain extent. However, he has the same image as King Von. Like he wants to be a street thug.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he had a teardrop tattooed on his eye, like he got a couple of bodies. Like he's that's the image he's portraying. He's walking around with $250,000 diamond fronts in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Colored locks. I'm not saying nothing wrong with locks. I like locks. No. I love if I had hair, I would have locks, right? You know what I mean? That's our stuff right there. But there is an image that the way he wears his locks that connects straight to the streets. Like some people lock connect to history and ancestors, and some people lock connect to freaking prison. It's a difference. So Ja Morant got his locks in prison. That's what his junk look like. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, two different images. One the NBA accepts and promotes, and the other one, man, we don't like this dude. So yeah, I do want Ja to clean his image up, and hopefully this is something that springs him toward that. If that's what we got out of it, then it was worth it. But if he come back and he still want to be daggone Blicky, Morant, or whatever he want to be, then I'm not down for it.
Nah, I was actually becoming a good fan of the guy, like the way he
said Ja Rule
the game. But like, bro, you fucking up, man. Like this is good money to play a child's game.
Yep.
You just dropped the signature shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Be the homies getting banned for life, and you punching a team and somehow getting that covered up until now where the family wants money. Those should have been your wake-up calls. Like, yeah, nah, I'm in a place now where you know, I shouldn't. I have an image to uphold. You know what I'm saying? Those two moments should have been eye openers. But yet, here we are again with another issue, and Jai's not doing his job, which is playing basketball. I don't know. I think he needs some punishment from this.
But you can hear me, Coach? Clear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, I got a call and that's Spav on the line, man. I got to plug him in, but I had to make sure.
Yeah, I was about to say you muted yourself that time.
yeah, I did. I shut the whole thing down. Hold on. I don't know why I ain't hooking back up, but yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I think I agree with you on that. But what was the reason he punched the team? Because with this little ones nowadays, you got to be careful. Supposedly the story was he was having hold on, let me set this back up. Tell the story why I get this call hooked up.
I don't know the whole story. The only thing I've heard was that it was possibly self-defense against the team. But I want to know why you what altercation did you get into with a teenager that you needed self-defense? Granted, they said he was a 17-year-old, but still.
Yeah, supposedly they was playing basketball at his house. So he invited a whole bunch of people at his house. And I guess an argument started and the team ended up throwing a basketball at Ja Morant. And it might have hit him in the head, it might not hit him, I don't know. But Ja Morant beat him up. The kid was 17. Ja Morant beat him up, and then there's also allegedly that one of his friends jumped in as well, right? So they might have jumped the 17-year-old kid, and the 17-year-old kid said, "I'm gonna leave. I'm coming back." And now all this is allegedly. This is just floating around the internet. He said, "I'm gonna leave, come back, and light this place up like Christmas." So Ja Morant ran into his house and grabbed his gun, came back with the gun in his waist. One of the weakest moves ever done in the streets is going to go get your gun, showing it to somebody, and then covering it back up. I like that. I had that done to me. Dude ran up on me, in the Waffle House parking lot, like dude I went to high school with, by the way, ran up on me, blah 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 blah, tried to front on me in front of some girls, and then pulled up his gun and then covered it back up. That's a freaking no-no, because now what you did is introduce a weapon to make me or whoever you showed it to supposedly fear for their life, and that changes the rules now. Because if I have one, if I have one on me as well, right now I'm saying, okay, he just showed me his gun. I don't know what his intentions is. I might have to get him before he get me. So the rule is don't. If you ever show it or pull it, use it. There's no point of showing it. No, there's no point of showing it if you don't plan on using it. But the reason why people show that is because I want to be able to talk my stuff. I don't think you have a gun, or I know you don't have a gun. So I'm gonna show you mine to show you that I have the trump card, but I don't want to use it. So I'm gonna cover it back up. But I just want to be able to talk junk and punk you where you don't do nothing because you already know I got the trump card. That's what that is. That's a weak move. So evidently he went in there. Allegedly he went in there, grabbed his gun, showed it to this 17-year-old kid so he can show him the trump card, and then he covered it back up.
That's your boy. I agree. That's a weak move. Hey, but there's a little bit of a delay on the stream, so I'm kind of like just catching up, and also I'm kind of unfamiliar what the context was of why he showed off the gun. Are you explaining the backstory? Is that why he was showing the gun on social media, or just different?
So what I think, I don't know why he showed it on IG, but what I think is that once the story came out, because this happened in the summertime, so we just now finding out about it, but the case has been going on since the summertime. Once everyone found out about it and was like, shoot, man, how is Ja Morant not in trouble and blah blah blah. So he felt like the pressure was on him. And then once they came back and was like, there's no charges and he's good, I think him showing that gun on IG was to kind of like tease people like, look, man, I'm Teflon Don, man. Don't no charges stick to me. I still got my gun.
Yeah, I remember when 6ix9ine first came out of prison. He was on social media. He was showing the handcuffs. So it's kind of like that, I guess.
Yeah.
He was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's exactly what it is.
That's stupid. Hey, how old is he?
How old is Ja Morant? I think he's 23.
I be seeing the jab on the court too much. All right, so wait. But yeah, I know being raised by a father doesn't guarantee that you're not gonna be in the streets and all that. But like, you gotta set the example, man. Because at least the narrative, at least for the most part, we'll be pushing out is that you're raised by your father. You know, so you're supposed to have a good head on your shoulder. You making us look bad. You know, so they can be able to take that and run.
Yeah, but that's the issue though, Spav. He do got a good head on his shoulder. No one has anything bad to say about Ja when they meet him and you know and when they do. It's just the fact that he's adopted a persona that I guess he's more comfortable with. I guess he want people to see him a certain way, right? Like if you're a good guy but you're not comfortable with being a good guy, you would rather be seen as something else. That's tough skin to be in. Like you got to be comfortable in your own skin. Like I can walk around as a nerd in a square in dad shoes and be like, man, it don't matter what room I step in, I know I'm gonna be looked at a certain way and I'm cool with it, right? But if I'm not cool with it, then I'm gonna try to act like someone I'm not.
Yeah. If that's the case for him, I really wish he would even give into that because he doesn't have to do that. So.
He don't.
Like his image literally could be that I'm so rich that I got security to do this kind of thing for me. Like, and that would be just as acceptable, or even more acceptable as being like some, this could be anything fine type dude or whatever. You don't gotta do that, man. It's bad to see that. It's bad.
Yeah, man. Ain't no wrong being a square. Like people think that, hey, come on over here to my side, baby. Be a square. Yeah, ain't no wrong with it, man.
There you go.
Good
hey, Dino, what up, man? Dino.
What's good? What up? What's up?
What's up, man?
What's up, Dennis?
I'm about to call Ja Morant. I'm about to call him and hire him for 24/7 security.
You gonna hire him to be security?
He could be my security. He got that thing on him, man.
Oh man, that thing. Hey,
let me know when the funeral is.
Oh my God. Hey, the way he was holding it, the way he was holding that that gun, man, you know he ain't got no experience with it, man.
Hey man, he was holding that thing like my man's in Minister Society. I got these keys, bro.
Yeah, man. Golly. That man,
but I did want to touch. I wanted to touch bases on this, man. I think it's So I visited Memphis not too long ago. I got a friend out there, and he was telling me, he was like, man, Memphis is so small. Like even if you're an athlete, somebody of that type of status quo, where you got a big fan base, it's still easy to get surrounded with the wrong crowd because there's really nothing to do in Memphis. So everybody want to be a tough guy. Everybody want to, you know what I'm saying, do. You know, the music is still influencing them. It's all the outside influences. So, and like you said, he's young, so he really don't have a mind of his own yet. Like he don't realize that he's the one who's gonna bring out his friends out of them type of situations. You know what I mean? That hasn't set in yet.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're getting that type of money and you got a lot of people in your ear telling you, "Hey, man, we should do this. You should do this. You should do this." Like a lot of people ain't meant for that pressure. You know, a lot of people fold and they do make unconscious decisions like himself. I mean, I think it's the environment. I think it is Memphis.
So yeah, it could be Memphis, but
I feel like
it's
it is.
kind of
'Cause
hard.
remember last week I told you if he got drafted by anybody but Memphis, we probably wouldn't have heard about this. I think.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember you
agree.
said that. I remember you said
think-
that, but
I think Memphis might be a huge influence as to because I guarantee you all his homies in that crew that ended up getting banned earlier in the season are all Memphis folk.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
they definitely.
We didn't hear about this type of activity from Ja when he was at Murray State.
No, we didn't, and his image didn't look like that either. He was out there with a clean cut. He was out there playing a certain way. I mean, he was dunking on people, and he had a little bit of fire behind him, but it wasn't the type of fire that he got now. Like the type of fire he got with him now is like how you play street ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
He also ain't had that ball, though.
yeah, it's beyond what Westbrook do when he dunk and he stare people down. Like you can tell that's that's still basketball. But the way Morant is approaching how he played, I mean, like when he on the sideline, everything is a gun reference. I don't know what his fascination is with guns, man. Everything is a gun this, and gang sign that. It's just weird, So I mean, for you to make it to the league, make all that money, make it through college, all to go to the streets, don't make no sense to me, man, because he wasn't in the streets originally. Yeah.
I think it's Memphis. I really think it's Memphis.
Yeah, it could be. Well, we're gonna hit this last topic, man. It was we had
next Tank Davis.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we forgot about that one.
LeSean McCoy. So do you want to discuss the LeSean McCoy BS, or you want to go?
We still
with,
got Dennis on the line.
Yeah, Dino's still there.
We'll talk about LeSean McCoy because he likes
LeSean
boxing
McCoy.
too. Yeah.
All right, so LeSean McCoy is been in the media for all the wrong reasons for the last 6 months, maybe. First he came out and said Dak was ass. Like, I don't know why you would be a black man on TV calling out a black man and calling him that type of, like why would you say that? Especially a black quarterback, and you know how it is with black quarterbacks. And then he go turn around and do the same thing to Eric Bieniemy not too long ago, and I just don't appreciate how he is trying to do the shock jock thing. Go ahead.
Now that you're saying it like that, I'm hearing it. He had something to say about Dak, something to say about Eric Bieniemy, and now Tank. All black people.
Right.
It sounds like some real Clayton Bigsby stuff to me.
Let's play what he said about Tank. I might got the wrong soundbite.
Next, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia.
That's what's up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Why Ryan? Because everyone's been picking Tank. I've been asking
first of all, you ever see Tank? Tank real small, small arms.
Right.
Ryan's tall, long arms, power, speed. And who's Tank for? He doesn't fought nobody that's good.
Pitbull Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz.
We didn't even know who Pitbull Cruz was.
Right.
Who else?
Leo
Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Cruz came out to fight him.
Right.
Who else?
Right. Okay.
He gotta fight somebody with power. Tank takes a lot of hits, and then eventually he knocks him out. When you fight somebody with power, you gonna move a lot.
Hey, you know your boxing.
I know my sport.
You're
That's
the
what
only guy
come
to pick
on.
Ryan Garcia here on
I know a lot.
You're the man.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all the first shot at that, man. What y'all think about what he said about Tank Davis going against Garcia?
I don't know. So I just seen like they had a press conference a couple days ago, and to say that Ryan Garcia is taller, than they were staring each other in the eye. So I don't understand what he meant by Ryan Garcia was taller. He's saying that Tank is small.
No, he is tall. He's tall about 2 inches. Ryan Garcia has him about 2 inches.
It didn't look like that at the press conference. I'm just saying what I seen. They look like they was eye to eye. So if he does have a height difference, it doesn't look like it's by much. They the same size because they in the same weight class. So they both small. Ryan Garcia is 135 pounds. So to say that he might now the reach might be different. He might have him on the reach. But Tank is still a technical boxer. In my opinion, I don't think Ryan Garcia is going. I don't think Ryan Garcia is going to walk.
Is he saying he's taking Ryan?
Yeah, he said he taking Ryan. He said Tank arms too small and he can't take no punches and he ain't fought nobody.
All right, so one, he must not watch boxing because if you watch boxing and you follow these fighters, right? Tank, how many times have we seen Tank come to a press conference with a black eye or something wrong with his face from where he's sparring, and he explains to you, yeah, I got hit, but I like to get hit. When I get hit, it does something to me. I think it was on the Pivot podcast where he explained it in depth. I spar people that's bigger than me. I spar people that's hit harder than me. I like to get hit. You get what I mean? So it's not like Tank can't take a hit. We've seen him get hit. We've seen him keep punching. We've seen Ryan Garcia get hit and go straight down. Now, he got up and he handled business after that. But a clean shot, Ryan Garcia went straight down. He went straight down. And the guy who hit him, I think it was, what fight was that? Can't think of who he was fighting, but regardless of who he was fighting, he don't hit harder than Tank. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Tank literally has a natural gift with strength to where he was able to go up in 3 different weight classes and still dominate the way he was. Like, that's just strength. It's the reason Canelo was able to do the same thing. Roy Jones was able to do the same thing. When you have that gifted strength where you could just go up in weight class and you be comfortable, man, that says a lot. Ryan Garcia, you still have a lot of growing to do as far as physically. You haven't came into that grown man body yet, so, you know, it's going to be a test for him. Ryan Garcia is a great fighter, has immaculate speed, amazing speed. Also, he has power behind it. But in a fight like this, where it's literally going to be a dog fight, in my opinion, I just like Tank. I like Tank to come out.
Man,
right?
Both are undefeated, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. So much so I don't even know if I can pick one. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna watch.
I got Tank by knockout.
What round?
It'll be a late round.
Yeah, it's gonna be an excellent fight.
Knockout, huh?
I think he might catch Ryan slipping. It might be a body combination to an open space, then with a hook or an uppercut.
Why?
He got a mean uppercut.
Why you think it'd be knockout
Yes,
though?
Tank,
Two knockout artists.
Like Dennis said, like Tank likes getting hit, and it takes him to a place that makes him a pretty hard fighter to beat. When it's a dangerous thing to go against a guy who loves to get hit. Like, yeah,
but
that's
has he been
crazy.
has he been hit by anybody that with knockout power though?
Absolutely. Well, I'm not gonna say absolutely because that weight class is not known for just knockout artists.
Yeah.
But he has fought people with power. The one Rolly has amazing strength. Rolly, he's a strong hitter. Yeah, and Rolly was actually touching Tank. Like, you know what I mean? So Rolly is one. Who else did we see? We've heard stories, we've heard interviews of him saying, I sparred against Shakur Stevenson, I sparred against Devin Haney. You know what I mean? So those are, I'm not going to say they knockout artists, but great fighters.
Yeah, Haney's crazy.
But it's really hard to say that, though, because that weight class really, you really don't see people getting knocked out.
Man, it's going to be a good fight, man. It's going to be a good fight
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll see.
If you guys are really into boxing, look out for Jared Anderson.
Okay.
He's fighting light heavyweight right now, but I do think the older he gets, he will go up to heavyweight. But Jared Anderson, I think he's fighting under the Shakur Stevenson card next month. Look out for him. He's going to be the next heavyweight, in my opinion. Like, he has all the skills, he has the power, he has the footwork. He's what I want Deontay Wilder to be right now. Like, be able to actually box instead of just trying to knock people's heads off. You know what I mean? But he's a good one to look out for.
Got you.
Real interesting. Well, man, we got to end it on that note, man. We'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. Next episode, next Friday. We'll catch y'all, man. Thanks, Dino. Thanks, Spav. Peace.